People ask, why doesn't Judaism follow the regular New Year? Why don't we have the same calendar as everyone else? Our holidays always end up being either earlier or later. It is very difficult to keep up with them. Everyone has a much simpler and more convenient calendar. Guilty as charged. Jewish calendar is more complicated, and I will try to explain why. A year is 365 days because this is the duration of a full cycle of the sun. The English word month comes from moon because originally a month was the length of the cycle of the moon, approximately 29.5 days. The problem is, though, that you cannot fit a whole amount of moon cycles into a cycle of the sun. 29.5 times 12 is 354, which means that 12 moon months end up being 11 days shorter than a full cycle of a sun. And 29.5 times 13 is already 383.5. This is why Julius Caesar, when creating his calendar, said, forget about the moon. Each month will be 30 or 31 days instead of 29 or 30. And then everything works out. 12 months accurately fit into 365 days of a solar year. The Islamic calendar found a different way out. They said, forget about the sun. We are sticking with the cycle of a moon. Their year is 12 real months of 29.5 days. So Muslim year ends up being 354 days, which is 11 days shorter than the solar year. Figuring out how to correlate the cycles of the sun and the moon is difficult. It is much easier to just do away with one of them. But in our tradition, we cannot do that. Kabbalah explains that the sun is representing godliness. It is the source of light, warmth, energy, and life. The sun is steady and constant. The moon is representing our physical world. We are only reflecting God's light. And sometimes we are doing it better, sometimes not so good. The lit part of the moon is bigger or smaller, and at times it disappears altogether. Figuring out how to make our lives in the physical world match up with the godliness is difficult. But this is the whole purpose of us being here. The Torah believes that the purpose of us living in this world is to bring spirituality into it. Forgetting about the physical world and living immersed in spirituality is easy. You don't have any contradictions in your life. Living only in the physical world is easy as well. Look at animals. They don't have any contradictions or controversies. They don't need to reckon with any spiritual considerations. Forgetting about the sun and focusing only on the moon cycle is easy. And focusing only on the moon and forgetting about the sun is easy as well. Correlating the two is a much bigger job. But this is the whole purpose why we are here. We have a difficult job of combining the physical and the spiritual worlds. This is the Kabbalistic reason for why Jewish calendar has to create a complicated formula of a 19-year cycle where the sun and the moon are matching up with each other. Is it easier to live only in spiritual realms? It sure is. Is it simpler to concern yourself only with the physical matters? 100%. But then you will be missing the whole point of why we are here.